In today's video, we are going to be ranking the best countries to live in.
We've got S tier, we've got A tier, we've got B tier, we've got C tier, and we've got D tier.
So let's get straight into this. As you can see, we've got 30 flags in this section down here, and we're going to rank them all, so let's get straight into it. The four main categories that I'm going to be ranking these 30 countries on are going to be affordability, the food, the weather, and the culture. I think Thailand is incredibly affordable. The food is okay. I mean, some of it is quite scary. The weather is fantastic, and the culture is sick. I don't think it's an S tier country, and I also don't think it's an A tier country, so I'm going to put Thailand in B tier. Now, moving on to Brazil. I can't lie, I would love to move to Brazil, but I wouldn't want to live there. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to move there for like 3 months and then fly back home. The culture is unreal. They love football. I love football. Would get along amazingly. The weather's sick. The food's sick. The people are sick. It's quite affordable. If I went to Rio de Janeiro, my life would be top tier. And for that reason, I'm saying Brazil is an A tier country to move to. Canada are next. I think Canada's such a cool country. However, it's very cold. It's a bit like the UK. Actually, I have a friend who lived out in Canada, and apparently it got to minus 44 degrees. Well, that's crazy. I wouldn't want to live in Canada, but I'd like to travel there every now and then. So I'm going to put Canada also in B tier. Australia is up next. Oh my days. I've had dreams of visiting Australia since I was a little kid. Everything about Australia just screams to me. I love the thought of moving to Australia. The only negative is it's so far from where I currently live, but I think Australia is one of the coolest countries in the world. The wildlife, the culture, the food, the weather, the people, it's just unbelievable. It's quite expensive over there, but you know what? It deserves to be. It's that good of a country. And if I were to move to a country, Australia would be up there as one of my top ones. So for that reason, Australia is going into S tier, the first S tier of this entire list. Next up, we have the UAE. I know the flag looks a little bit weird here. They've just, for some reason, cropped it weird. Again, the UAE is sick. The weather's great. The food's great. The people there are so cool, and it's such a safe country to be in. But I'm going to put the UAE in A tier. It's not an S tier for me. It's close, but it's not an S tier. Make sure to let me know what you think of my rankings down below, and whilst you're there, please like the video. If we can get 1,000 likes on this video, I'll do a part 2. Russia is next up. I have no intention of ever moving to Russia. I think the people are nice, but it's just not for me. It's cold. None of them really speak English, which is obviously my fault for not speaking Russian, but it's never really appealed to me. I've never really even wanted to visit there, and for that reason, I'm going to put Russia in D tier. I think their culture's cool, but the weather's cold, the food's a bit rubbish, it's not very affordable. It's not for me. It's not for me. I would not want to move there. However, Germany is top tier. They've got great food. The weather's a bit crap, I'm not gonna lie, but I went to Frankfurt and I thought Frankfurt was such a cool place to visit. I went to go watch England versus Denmark. Such a cool place to visit, and for that reason, I'm putting Germany at the top of B tier. I think I'd rather live in Germany than Canada and Thailand, but I'd rather live in Brazil and the UAE than Germany. So I think top of B tier is completely fair. South Africa now. Now, I've heard South Africa is incredibly unsafe. However, I've always wanted to visit. There's so many things you could do in South Africa. It's actually insane, but I would not want to move there. I'll make that clear. And for that reason, I think South Africa can go C tier. The food's good, the weather's lovely, but it's not that safe, which is a big issue for me. And I think C tier is fair for me. Egypt's turn. Right, now Egypt, apart from the pyramids, there isn't really much that screams to me. And what I've heard about Egypt is outside of the pyramid areas, it is not nice to live in. The weather's good, food's good, not that safe, I've heard. I've heard it's quite unsafe from many people who's gone as tourists, but you can get there everywhere. So for that reason and that reason only, I'm going to put Egypt in C tier. I don't really have any intentions of ever moving there, so I think C tier is quite fair. Philippines. You know what? Something about the Philippines just speaks to me a little bit. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't put my finger on it why it speaks to me. I would just like to go to the Philippines. But again, I think this is a C tier country as well. The food is questionable. The weather's nice. I think it's pretty safe in the Philippines. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I'm going to put the Philippines in the top of C tier. Croatia's turn. Wow! What a country. I went to Dubrovnik and I was like, wow, this is genuinely such a sick country. The old town in Dubrovnik is genuinely unbelievable. And the vibes in Croatia were just so good. The food was unbelievable. The weather was all right considering I went in like May. It did rain a little bit though. But anyway, the people were nice. The food was good. It was great vibes. I'm putting Croatia in A tier. I would rather live in Croatia than Germany. I thought it was just so sick. I'm actually going to say I'd rather live in Croatia than the UAE. I really really, really liked it there. Now for the Netherlands. Wow, again, I went to Amsterdam. What a place it was. Now, I don't do any of the, you know, pharmaceutical stuff, but I just thought it was such a sick place. And I don't do any of the window shopping. If you know, you know. But still, it was such good vibes. The people were so nice. Everyone was so tall there. I'm 6'2" and everyone was like my height. I could not believe it. I was looking around like, oh my days, what's going on? Not that affordable though. The food, decent. It was decent. But their culture, again, very football orientated. Weather's horror though. Weather is genuinely absolutely horror. So I'm going to say the Netherlands is a B tier. It's Norway's turn. Right, now I've never been to Norway, so I can't really give you an accurate representation of what it's like. But from what I've heard, Norway is top tier. It's like Sweden and Iceland in that way. It's very cold, but anyone who's ever been to Norway has only said good things about it. So for that reason, word of mouth only, it has to go into B tier. I can't put it any higher than that because I haven't really like experienced anything to do with Norway. So B tier I think is fair. Sweden, wow, Sweden would be a sick place to live. I'm not even going to explain why. Sweden's A tier. Actually, I know I will. Good vibes, good culture, good people, good food, okay weather. I mean, it's not great, but the whole vibe of Sweden just seems awesome. Everyone seems to just love life, and I think that's so good. Now for Pakistan. Right, Pakistan, I've wanted to visit it for a while. The people seem well nice, and in some places in Pakistan, if you went there and tried to pay for food as a tourist, they wouldn't let you. They'd go, no, you're a tourist, you can't pay. Welcome to our country. I think that is sick. Weather's good, culture's good, and I assume it's quite affordable, but I don't think I'd want to live in Pakistan. I don't really think that would be for me. So for that and that reason only, I'm going to put it bottom of C tier. Saudi Arabia gives me very similar vibes to the UAE, so for that reason, I'm just going to put it straight into A tier. I think they're very similar countries. Correct me if I'm wrong. And now moving on to India. India. Your food is unreal. Your weather is top tier. But the hustle and bustle of the Indian life is one of my worst nightmares. Like, having everyone, like, run around me, the honking horns 24/7, the dirty streets, I could not do it. I've seen too many #Brady videos, bald and bold videos. I know I could not survive in India. I've watched too many YouTube videos on India. I just could not. So India is going into D tier. Love Indians, think you're great, could not survive in your country. I just know I couldn't. I'd get food poisoning from eating off street vendors. I know I'm that much of an idiot. I'd eat like dry rubbish food. I'd myself. China, unreal food. Great food. Great weather too. Great vibes. Lovely country. Again, hustle and bustle of your life is insane. I could not hack it. Plus, you don't have YouTube. You don't have TikTok. You don't have Instagram. So my job would be finished. So you're going in D tier as well. Greece's turn. Right, I'm visiting Greece for the first time ever in May. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I'm going to Rhodes. And from what I've seen, it is genuinely one of the greatest countries in the world. The food's great. It's very affordable because their economy isn't that good. The weather's great. Their culture's sick. I just think moving to Greece would not be a bad decision. So I'm going to say Greece is top end of A. But I'll give you a better understanding when I actually go there. America's turn. Everyone's going to hate me for this, but I don't care. I think America's one of the greatest countries in the world. I genuinely do. I think America is so cool. Their culture's not even that bad. Food's good, weather's good, vibes are good, everyone's happy. Actually, that's probably not true. Most people are probably depressed. But when I was there, I was very happy. And for that reason, I'm putting it in S tier. I know, you're gonna yell at me. Damn, why would you want to move to America? No, I just would. If I couldn't live in the UK, I just would move to America. It would be probably that or Australia. They're my top two. Maybe Spain. Genuinely top tier country. I love America. I don't know what to say. Shoot me if you wanna. I love America. Iceland, unbelievable country. So safe, great vibes. Not great food, not great weather, but I don't care. It's going in B tier and it's going below Germany. Mexico's turn. Wow, Mexican food I think is actually my favorite cuisine. That or Italian, I don't actually know what I could pick between. Great food, unbelievable. Also great vibes. Their culture is an absolute joke. Great weather. They love football. I think Mexico could be a bit of me. However, it's not very safe. But you win some, you lose some. Mexico's going in A tier. I'd rather live in Mexico than Germany, Iceland, Thailand. I know I would. Turkey. Now, I've been to Turkey. I thought Turkey in the hotel areas was unbelievable. But when I left the hotel areas, I was scared for my life. Some of the places I was walking through, I was looking around like, oh my God, what's happening here? However, their food was great, even though I got mass food poisoning for some reason. I had the worst food poisoning in Turkey I've ever had in my life. So I'm going to put Turkey in high end of C tier. The UK, it's going in S tier, it's going at the top. I would not want to leave this country. I do love the UK. As much as I moan about this country, all British people moan about the UK, but we actually love it. Let's just be honest. France. I think France is a beautiful country, but it's a bit overrated in my opinion. When I went to Paris, I went to all the tourist spots and then all the other spots as well, like all the cool spots that everyone talks about. I thought it was beautiful, I thought it was lovely, but it wasn't like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't see myself living there as much as like other countries. I think France is a high-end B. No, middle-end B. It's a middle-end B. I'd rather live in France and Canada, to be fair. Middle-end B, I think that's fair. Italy's turn, it's just simple. Italy goes S tier. Don't care.
I don't care.
It's S tier. The food's great, weather's great, people don't really like us, but I don't care. It's just such an unbelievable country. I think Italy is amazing. And I want to go back there as quick as possible. So if anyone wants to give me money, that would be great. Portugal, never been there, but I've heard it's unreal. And because I've never been there, I can only give it off of assumptions of other people. I'm going to say Portugal would probably go B tier. I'd rather live in Portugal than Turkey. So I'm going to say low end of B because I've never really been there. Spain, you know where this is going. Food's great. Weather's great. They don't mind the English. Most people can speak English. Obviously, I know they are Spanish, or I should learn Spanish, but it helps. It's quite affordable. The culture's great. The vibes are unreal. They love football. It's going high end of S. I'd say I'd actually rather live there than New Zealand and America. I'm not going to lie. I think I would. Maybe I wouldn't rather live it than Australia. Okay, I'll say it's in third spot. And last but not least, we have Denmark. I don't know why the Denmark flag has no white bit in the middle, but we move. And Denmark for me can go in the lower end of B tier. I was there for about 6 hours in a connecting flight. Seemed alright. But the vibes were good, and I've heard some very, very good things about Denmark, so I think Denmark in B tier is fair. Do you agree with my list? If you did, let me know in the comments. If you didn't, let me know in the comments as well. But thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. I love you all. Like the video, 1,000 likes. See you later. Subscribe. Bye.